o'clock. We're going to start with the invocation pledge. Mr. Scott will lead us in prayer.
We're going to say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you all very much. All right, number 2, we have an oath of office. We do have a quorum. We have an oath of office to be conducted on our new board member, Mr. Lane Davis.
Ms. Davis, if you'll come up to the front. Yes. Raise your right hand or repeat after me. I,
Lane Davis,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of the Cleveland Economic Development Board member
of the Cleveland Economic Development Board member
of the state of Texas
of the state of Texas
and of the city of Cleveland,
and of the city of Cleveland,
and will to the best
and will to the best
of my ability
of my ability
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and law
and law
of the United States
of the United States
and of the city and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. My first one, and you can have a seat at the table. Hey, you can just see that. Okay.
All right, good deal. Number 3, we're going to be open for public comments. Mr. Anderson.
Thank you. My name is James Anderson. I'm from Waco, Texas. I apologize for my son getting his second wind during the prayer. My wife and I came here today. I came here 2 weeks ago to look for business opportunities and growing what my wife and I do. And Robert Reynolds has generously given us some time and shown us the city of Cleveland and what it's capable of and what its destiny is. And we've been very welcomed here both times. And hopefully, after talking with family and prayer, that maybe this could be something that we'll be a part of in the future. Thank you.
You're definitely welcome. Thank you for those words.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he owns other businesses throughout some other cities throughout Texas. So, I welcome you too, along with everybody else on the board. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, James. Any other public comments? All right, number 4, reports and comments from board members and staff. I'll start over here to the right, Mr. Patrick.
Yes, I'd just like to say that I'm very happy to be here on this board, and we're starting out with a new council members, and I'm looking forward to seeing this city of Cleveland being productive. That's all we can do is be productive and look forward, move forward, and see what we can do for the city of Cleveland, and by all means make everybody happy. We're not gonna make everybody happy, but we're gonna have some problems every so often, but let's see what we can do about improving Cleveland and bringing in new businesses that we need here. We're growing. Our last meeting that we had with Kelly, she announced that we are way over 11,000 kids right now. We're growing, and we need to do things to accommodate everyone. Those kids have have mothers and daddies, and we need to provide places for them to eat, places to go and enjoy themselves as far as, I know we have one theater here, but, we need more entertainment for these kids, more entertainment for the adults, more places for them to eat at. We need, I vision that we really truly need bowling alleys. We need places for them to play ball. We need hiking trails, biking trails. We just need to move and just go forward. We're not the small town that we used to be. And I've been here most all my life, and I can remember we had that one light right out here by the hospital. At nighttime it would blink, and you could drive through town and see things that nothing was going on. I don't know if Robert or Brett can remember, but Dairy Queen used to be the place to hang out. And or the Dark restaurant, it wasn't very much places here in town that you could be at and enjoy yourselves. And it made for just a place that you'd have to go someplace else to enjoy yourselves, to get away. We've come a long ways, and we're going to go a long ways. We may not all get there and see it ourselves, but anyway, that's it.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome.
Michelle? Scott?
I want to thank Angela and Stacy for what y'all did the other day. I've got a group that is looking to put some townhomes behind Stripes on, it's almost 10 acres. They did a good job as far as expressing what they need to do to get the job done, so I appreciate that.
I have nothing, thank you very much.
Ms. Kelly?
Welcome our new board member. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Also, we are a little over 11,000 now, 11,200, I think, in our school. I echo their comments. It brought to mind, I've lived here all my life as well, and I can remember the years of the chiming of the Methodist church bell at certain times during the day, and our little small town vibes are no longer the case anymore. Another thing that came to mind was the fire whistle. When there was a fire, we were all, notified of that, and those things are a long time gone, and they're good memories of a small community, and I like that small town vibe and hope that we can maintain that, yet take the positive growth and make good with it, and see positive changes in our community. That's all. Thank you.
Ms. Clay?
Welcome, Jolene Davis, to the board, and also just carbon copy all those things that were said as far as improvements, and just to make sure that possibly we can keep that hometown environment, but yet and still you want to be able to manage it. So we don't want to not be able to manage our city, but we do want to try to keep that hometown environment. Thank you.
Ms. Davis. Thank you. Good evening again to everyone. And thank you all for choosing me to be a member of this board. And those of you who know me and have worked with me, I'm a team player. I believe in digging in and getting it done. Thank you.
Robert.
I'd like to, with everybody else, welcome my new board members, Scott and Mr. Davis. Look forward to working with y'all and whatever I can do for y'all, let me know. I found out one thing. I always thought Patrick was older than I was, but I remember when we didn't have a Dairy Queen, so that kind of told the age there. But now we are growing. I'm excited about our city and where we're headed, and I'd like to again welcome Mr. Anderson and his wife. I mean, his wife's outside with her son, but maybe y'all be able to meet her before she leaves. But we're growing. We got people from all over everywhere coming looking at us. So let's do what we can. Thank y'all.
And I'd just like to add, welcome, Ms. Davis. Really nice having you on board. Definitely want to echo, Patrick, you hit the nail on the head. We're here to set the building blocks for where we want to be. It may not be something that we see in the next 12 months or 24. But now's the time where we have everything set up to where we want to go. And you hit the nail on the head too with the teamwork. It takes every one of us digging in to get it done.
Yes,
I'm really
it does.
looking forward to what this board can accomplish together, how we can be of assistance to council, how we can be of assistance to other places in the city. So thank y'all very much.
Mr. President, I'd just like to correct Robert right quick on what he had mentioned. I didn't want to go too far back, I knew everybody would understand Dairy Queen. That's where I kind of drew the line in. Thank you.
All right, excellent. All right. Anybody have anything else? All right, moving on to number 5, a summary of monthly business prospecting reports from our EDC and EDC project updates by EDC Director, Mr. Robert Reynolds.
Y'all have these reports in your packet as well. And I want to comment about Crisscross, this investment group is doing all that building, at New Caney, building all the new strip centers. They bought all the area where that New Caney school was at, by the Walmart, and they're fixing to build a lot. They're still looking at us a whole lot. And they will be at Allies Day because they're interested in meeting and they want to spend a little time with each and one of y'all. They told me to make sure y'all know that. So they want to do a lot in our city, and that's exciting. Burger Works, again, Mr. Taminga, they're working forward on moving that, and they want to get that thing started this year on building the new strip center there. Franklin, and I'm just going to comment on this. We were talking about doing the road and the commercial property there off 2025 in Washington Street there. Still working on that. There's a couple things that's changed. We got to work on to see what we're going to do, but that is still in the working stage. Quick Trip, still the same. Spoke with those gentlemen again today. Looks like, doesn't have an exact date, but just in March. Probably closer to the end of it will open, and they want to invite, I'll let everybody know the date and time, and we'll all join them that day, those who's available. And BNSF, I think we were at the last council EDC meeting, so we know where that project and what's happening there on BNSF. And that project is an exciting project because, there's a lot of people looking for rail, and they are talking with them, so. Some comments on or question on those? Moving on to the next page on things that's been going on. Still working in Ken Durkin with Cadence. They're working with NSF. They're needing 20 acres now. They do, which Brenda knows this company. They work with Astro Materials, which is a large company.
So they're still negotiating with BNSF on that one. And Bob Beard with Whitewater Car Wash, they are going to start just any time building that project, and they want to be open by, by the summer, first spring. So it took about 90 days, he said, to build that site out. So once they get started on construction, that's going to move pretty quickly.
May I ask you a question on Whitewater? Will it be exactly the way the one is in Porter?
Yes, ma'am.
Great,
Yes, ma'am.
great.
They'll mirror off of that one. B Plastics, that is a plastic recycling company, which we've talked to them for, and they're probably going to come to us the next couple of months and talk to the EDC about some things they want to do. I met with them last Friday out there on the site again. They have set some equipment up, and they're going to be doing plastic recycling. One of their customers is the Coca-Cola company, for example, so that'd be a good little project. Zurika, the urgent care, they own that property next to Whataburger. They are still negotiating with a restaurant chain right now. They're looking at the soil samples and what they might need to do there. So, and I gave her a local contractor today to talk to, they were there. Transequity, they're still looking at, and we had a meeting with them, they're still looking at buying the Cleveland Square apartments. Waffle House, now this is not a chain, this is the Waffle House Corporation itself. They're looking and they're assessing the area. So they said right now that's all they want me to say, is just their assessments. So they're looking.
I just wanted to ask a question on the Waffle House. But I think you answered it, because I was wanting to know what area, and when I read it, I was thinking about the Huddle House out by Grand Oaks.
There's
But I
some,
know the building is different from what the Waffle House is.
correct.
Right.
They won't be on 59.
Okay.
And a little comment about that, there's something going on out there with that, and I can't disclose that right now.
No problem.
And I will say this, the for sale sign came down. That's all I can say.
That's it.
So, anyway, in KC United, they're still, I have a meeting with them, they're still, we had one also at the city, they're looking at our industrial park west of doing stuff out there, so that's gonna kind of grow the west industrial park. And then the Artium, they're looking at building an apartment complex on some property here. So, I mean, that's still, they're looking for property. So Ryan, we're gonna meet again on March the 11th. And I wanna say this, I don't know if y'all saw our steak and sushi restaurant, the Takara. It opened Friday. I had lunch there Friday. Jennifer, I believe, went by name. It was really good and impressed me. I ate there Friday. Had to take my wife Saturday, had lunch, and went Sunday after church and had lunch. So today I had Mexican food, so it was really good. And I would like to, this is Miss Wendy. This is
Mr. Theodore.
This is Mr. James' wife from Waco, so, yeah. Well,
Thank you.
You're gonna need a punch card at that restaurant.
any more questions or comments?
Mr. Reynolds, what are your asterisks for? Is this like new company or
Pardon me?
your asterisks on here?
Yeah, they should just-
indicating?
That was something you'd asked me as I'm working with new things to mark what's, coming new.
Okay, so those are.
Yes, ma'am, they're kind of new things are in the making. I have some others that are in the making, but we're not at the stage yet. I mean, y'all wouldn't believe the restaurants and things. I mean, it's just unbelievable what is happening this year. So, and as those happen, and I put them down and I can start talking about it, I'd be excited to talk about it. Anything else? Thank y'all.
Excellent, a lot of good momentum there. All right, number 6, we have our Allies Day update.
On that, I kind of put a, pamphlet out there, a little copy of what our booklet's gonna be like. Jennifer has it on the board. Unless y'all got any comments, I just want everybody to know, Ashley's working real hard on this, and I think she's about got everything, the shirts, everybody, I believe, has shirts. I've got the bio from BNSF, they don't know who's gonna be the speaker. We kind of worked on the agenda, the buses are all lined up, which we're gonna talk about that shortly. But that's kind of like what the booklet's gonna look like, so unless y'all have any questions, we're getting really close. Now, that's gonna be March 9th, so. Any question, comment?
Anything else you need from us or anything besides what
No, I believe it's, I thank everybody, because there was a lot of help out of Marilyn, Carolyn, Michelle, Jennifer, Leslie even helped, everybody jumped in there, and I can't think of anything unless y'all can think of something, but I think we're gonna be good.
Good deal.
I will make one more comment. There was like 200 invitations sent out. There has been only 60 RSVP that came back in. So
2 buses though should be
sufficient. Yes.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Anyone who has any questions or discussions on items 7 through 9? If not, do we have a motion? Pass the consent agenda.
Mr. President, if there is no discussion, I make a motion that we approve items 7, 8, and 9.
Okay, the motion. All right, motion approved from Maryland, second from Mr. Lambert. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. All right, number 10, discussion and action. Consideration and possible action on interlocal agreement with Cleveland ISD and EDC for transportation for the Allies Day event to be held on March 9th, 2020.
And I guess this is already, the agreement's already been made.
Just waiting to be signed.
Waiting to be signed, and that's about it, correct?
Yes, the school board approved the interlocal agreement in order for us to use towards their school bus and the driver. They are donating their services to EDC for that project. So you have to have an interlocal agreement between the 2 governmental entities. They passed it at their school board meeting last week, so EDC will need to approve it to pass it at tonight's meeting. It does not have to go to council, as there is no money involved.
Do I have a motion to approve this action?
I'll make a motion we approve.
Approve.
Yes.
And a second from Ms. Klein. All right. All those in favor? All those opposed?
Dylan, were you opposed?
No.
Okay.
That's what I was like, I was reading my hand.
Passes unanimously. Number 11, consideration and possible action to go out for a formal request for bid for the mural on the Texan Theater.
Okay, I think, we started this, and I forget, several months back, about doing murals. And it's been out there, and I know there was some money budgeted. I just want to give y'all an update to see what y'all think. We've met with some, and I've got like 5 different quotes. But it hadn't been formally bid out, from like 11,000 to 40,000. in range. And I spoke with a lady here at Miss Sherry in town doing this one several times. She's working on that. She said she'd give me a quote. She hadn't knows yet, but I didn't know where we want to go with this. I mean, because we keep kicking the can down the road. I mean, it just fades away after a while, but I just want to see where we want to go with this or.
So I guess in one way of looking at this is, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but this just gives us if we have an action to do a formal request, and we can reach out there and get more, see if there's other interested parties, and then bring it back to the table relatively quick.
And then be bid action.
So that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
And if you do a request, a formal request for bid, then everybody has the same information, and will provide the same information back. And so then you'll have actual information, actual perspectives, from the different companies. We would put it in the newspaper, put it on our website, do the whole 9 yards, and then send it out to extra people too. That way they'll get their bids, we'll get their prices, and they would have to provide us with samples of their work. That way it can be brought back to EDC, and then y'all can review that and decide if you want to choose one of the vendors.
Any comment?
Mr. Reynolds, you mentioned speaking to Sherry, the young lady that did the murals that already existed downtown, and she's going to get back with you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She told me she was having her team work on drafting up a quote. I might want to get. I mean, the one she's done looks good.
So is this something that, and so I guess the question is this something we want to do, put it out in a formal manner? We'll see if we get more responses. If not, then we can still make a decision on it at a later date, but I think this formalizes it a little bit.
I like that idea.
Make the motion, we explore it this way.
We have a motion from Mr. Lambert,
I'll second that.
second from Rochelle. All those in favor? All right, passes unanimous. All right, now we have, going into closed executive session, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, you do.
All right. Closed executive, number 12, closed executive session under Texas Governmental Code Section 551.072, deliberations about the sale, purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Texas Local Government Code 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, to discuss or deliberate regarding commercial or financial information that the governmental body has received from a business prospect that the governmental body seeks to have locate, stay, or expand in or near the territory of the governmental body, and with which the governmental body is conducting economic development negotiations.
And for the record, does any EDC members have any conflicts with things that will be discussed in executive session? All right, for the record, Mr. Lambert will not go into executive session.
Enter into executive session at 6:30.
Oh,
At this time, no action is taken in closed session. Before we leave, is Jennifer, Scott, y'all have anything you'd like to add? I forgot for y'all earlier. Stacy, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Scott. Scott's over there. I'm right. Scott's right there.
Scott's leaving. I do have one item.
Yes.
I just wanted to remind those that are brand new to the board to make sure that they take their Texas Open Meetings and Texas Public Information training. It has to be done by 90 days from the date that you were sworn in. And these are only for the brand new people, not the returning members. If you have any questions, just talk to my Jennifer or myself.
Allies Day tonight.
Oh, yes, Allies Day is March the 9th, next Wednesday. If you have an RSVP, please make sure you do that to Ashley Broussard or click that cute little icon on the save the date.
Start time.
8:30.
8:38. And we look like we'll be through by 1, so. And, bus tour. We were talking about that, let me bring that back up. We were talking about all the places to go, and so I left the Civic Center the other day, mapping it out, and I went from there to the airport, came back and went to Grand Oaks, came around the high school and the sport complex, came through town, went out 2025, went out to that new school, and time I got through making that loop, I was almost an hour. And so that's all we have is an hour. So we were talking about going out BNSF, maybe going out Morgan Cemetery Road. We have 1 hour. So. Where? The escorts to.
Yeah, like really.
To push it through.
Yeah.
Well, to go down Morgan Cemetery Road, still time-wise, time we go to the airport, you'll spend 2 or 3 minutes there. You're going to talk, whoever, I'm gonna get with the ones on the bus and doing that, but, they can mention about the airport, Sharp International out there, Western Ford, Union Tank Car. They come back.
This needs to be a rolling tour.
Yeah, it's going to, still, if you made it in 45 minutes, to go to Morgan Cemetery Road out there to LGI, and it's going to be.
Are you thinking about printing out a map and handing it to both?
I am. I'm going to print it out, and then I'm going to get with the ones, I'm going to give it to Victoria Good and Timothy McGee, and I'm going to get them to ride with me one day before later this week and make that route and go over so they can make on what I give them. They can make comments. They can say, "Oh, look, there's Kelly over time too now." Whatever. But have them make their own little notes what they want to comment about.
Maybe you ought to take my Mustang instead of your truck. You might get there, get around town a little quicker.
There you go.
Well, I was thinking about, I could have done a lot faster, but I was thinking about 2 buses.
2 buses.
All right.
And again, we'll do a rolling tour. You talk to the driver, say, and that helps the speakers too. Because if they end up parking there, that's gonna gain time. So,
That's all I
can
got.
slow way down. Anybody else got any comments? Do we have a motion to adjourn? Y'all have
I make a motion to dismiss to.
We have a motion to adjourn from Kelly, second from Michelle, all in favor. I'll see y'all next week.